Hi, my name's Sandy, and I had been struggling with trying to write my story for years with not much luck. I was getting so mixed up. And then a friend told me about Storyworth, and it made all the difference. Now I have 2 physical books. I'm so amazed. You gotta look at this. There's one, and there's the other. I know you're supposed to be able to turn the screen around, but I'm not that techie. So that's as good as you get. But they're gorgeous books. Let me read you a little bit from one of them. It's hard to write a memoir when I've been blessed with so many strong characters in my journey. Some have helped me become comfortable in my own skin. Some have torn skin off, but still others grafted good bits back on. In the first quarter century of my life, I got polio, was abused in Switzerland, tried to cope with a life I had no idea how to live, tried to fit in, married, and emigrated from Scotland to Canada with a husband, a baby, and a toddler. An amazing number of very special, talented, hard-working people lived in the village of Newton Mearns in the late 40s through the 50s. I grew up with a concert pianist at the corner of our street who never knew me. She travelled the world playing, came home, and still played for hours and hours, while I hid behind her hedge listening, transposed to some faraway place. A real singer lived next door to us. She encouraged me with my music and persuaded my mum to let me audition for the Scottish Junior Singers. The family of a mountaineer who scaled vast untrodden slopes, existing in the middle of nowhere, expending everything he had, lived up the road. An airline stewardess collected autographs for me. And then there was the old lady with that box full of postcards from all over the world, who gave me milk and biscuits while we looked at them and talked about all the places, and my high school art teacher, Mrs. Mackenzie, who listened to me. My family, a mum who didn't know how to be one, a dad who worked hard and secretly wrote poetry, tried to draw and imagined himself living on a mountain in Italy. Perfect brother, whose essays I wrote, even though I was 4 years younger than him. But when Mum told him to help me with my math, he ridiculed me with comments like, "Any idiot could do that." My second mum, Mrs. Muir, and her family, who laughed and struggled through homework with her children and myself, hugging us all. She always had a blue budgie, Georgie. He sat on her glasses and leaned over and pecked them occasionally, to remind her that he was still there if he wasn't getting enough attention. So thank you, Storyworth. I've included loads of my drawings and paintings, and I'd like to show you just a little bit about them.